Hey, thanks for watching. I'm your host, Chris Swainhart, and this is GunStuff. GunStuff is dedicated to arming America, one law-abiding citizen at a time. If that's you, well, you are in the right place. You need to bring along some friends. You don't want to be alone. So tell people about GunStuff. Share this with your friends and invite them to be Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Facebook, Rumble, and Twitter. This is being recorded for later broadcast in 30 different cable and television markets all over this great US of A. Hey, we've got a great program for you lined up. You're going to see German precision optics. Now, they say they're German, but boy, I tell you what, Mike's coming in from Austria, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Thanks, Mike, for hanging in there. We're going to have you on in the show in just a little bit. Action Trackchair. Boy, you're going to think this is amazing. There's some folks that you know need this product. And One-Shot System. The famous Sawyer is going to be here with us, telling us all about these products. So I want to talk to you just a little bit about our news segment. You know, we spent a little bit of time in 199, the gun-toting dad who thwarted mass shooting despite being shot in the head is now training others on self-defense. That's in 199. Now, that's not too long ago. And just 2 or 3 episodes. He's out there. This was in the news just yesterday. Hey, our hats off to Raul Mendez, and we appreciate. Now, if you guys haven't seen this story, you need to head on over to gunstuff.tv. You'll see the live button and learn a little bit more about how concealed carry makes all the difference in people's lives. You know, it's something that's not in the news very often. And we're always hearing about mass shooters. We're not hearing about people that are protecting us with their Second Amendment rights. Hey, I'm going to bring along our gang here. Let me see, first of all, Scott, you know, now this is no laughing matter. Scott, are you there? Scott, Scott, I say it's no laughing matter because half the time it doesn't work around here. And looks like you're muted. I don't even hear a thing. You're not breathing. I see some video. Are you there, Scott?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here, buddy.
I'm glad you're here.
I would just I mute my mic so that way you can't hear me laughing in the background and joking around and stuff like that. But hey, it's great to be here, and yeah, everything seems to be working today. So yay.
We're in uncharted territory today because we're plowing ahead. We just barely got everybody connected by the skin of our teeth. But hey, Scott, we'll keep our fingers crossed. And Michelle's in the background. Michelle, our producer, she's taking care of things. And if something goes wrong, she's going to fix it. Thanks, Michelle. Hey, in our studio today is the other co-host. And here she is.
Hey.
Bright and sunny, as she has a sunny disposition, just like what you see out in the background here.
Yep.
Ursula, thanks for being with us today and making everything happen. Ursula, I know you've been having a good time. We have some footage in a minute. Why don't you tell us a little bit what you've been up to? In fact, I'm going to see if I can bring that footage on here.
Shooting. That's all I do. I pretty much, I live between here, my job, and the range. That's pretty much it. And then right now, since it's super hot outside, everybody's hitting the range, especially for a lot of the night matches that I do weekly, and it's just a blast. I love filming uprange so I can see all the stuff I'm doing. And so running into the position there on that stage, I just wanted to make sure that I was actually entering that box from a good angle, and therefore I could start immediately engaging targets as soon as I get there. So this is this was a speed stage. So basically, 2 on target as fast as I can. I'm running my duty gun because I had another co-worker there, and every time I have co-workers come down to shoot, I always run my duty gear. And it's good practice for me too to make sure all my gear is awesome. One of the stages this week or this past week was actually what we call freestyle, so both hands on the gun, and then strong side, and then support side with mag exchanges between every single grip. So this was This actually.
Hey, wait a second. I got to stop a minute. You are littering. I do not like the littering. Look at that. She's dropping her magazines down in the dirt.
If you run a staccato, you know how expensive those mags are. So just to let you know, these are tools. I love seeing my buddies that run SIGs, they gently put their mags on the ground. They're like, oh no. I'm just tossing stuff like, it's all right. It is all good. These are expensive tools I know will run. So typically in this match, there are 5 stages, and thank you, Chris, and thank you, viewers, because now I have to film myself now, because usually I'm like, no, don't worry about it.
Now, was that
But now
during the day, or is that a little earlier in the evening?
So I shoot with all the cool kids at 7 p.m. our time. So pretty much in Arizona, like the sun, I think we have like maybe 1 or 2 stages before the sun even sets on us. So it's pretty fun. I love it. And I just had
I was going to say, you guys.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you guys have to shoot at night out there, don't you? I mean, like, you guys will like cook bake out there.
So
if you were,
we call them all the old heads, all the old guys. They shoot at the 5 o'clock squad, and then all the cool kids shoot at 7. So, but it is that hot. It is hot. But you can totally tell that natural selection is real out here. So if you can shoot in the daytime, then you totally belong in Arizona.
Well, guys, this looks like a whole lot of fun. I think this explains one mystery I've always had. I've heard that in Arizona, there are more master shooters than in all the rest of the good old US of A combined. Now,
I don't know why.
No, I'd like to know.
Because we can shoot year round. Even though it's like 100 and hail outside, we can still shoot. It is okay. And plus, practical shooting actually started between Arizona and California, when California was actually red state and cool, pretty much. And then, so we just kind of concentrated here and started growing out. So,
well, it's a great place to be if you like the Second Amendment, and that's why GunStuff is right here. Hey, we appreciate you sharing that with us, Ursula. Really, in this time of the show, guys, we usually spend a little time about a featured firearm, and we're running a little late here, so we're not going to drag it out. But I did want to show our viewers some new firearms that came in just yesterday, and this is the Charter Arms Bulldog Boomer. Boomer. Now, is that for baby boomers or just a go boom? I'm not really sure. And, I've got mine right here in the studio, and Ursula's grabbing hers. So there it is. It's a beautiful looking firearm. Scott, we're going to let you go first. Tell us a little bit about this while we play with our toys here in the GunStuff studio.
Yeah, so Charter Arms, they've been making revolvers forever, and they've got them down, and they bring them to you at a decent price. But this one is $44, so that's what I've got a feeling that's why it's called the Boomer, because when this thing goes off, you're going to see a fireball. If you don't hit them, you'll probably catch them on fire, I'm guessing. So it works as a flamethrower as well. So if you want to go tunnel rat style, like back in Vietnam, and just burn them out, you can also do that. But no, you got 5 rounds of this. Got 2.5-inch barrel, all steel, big rubber grip. I've actually had a chance to shoot these, and believe it or not, it shoots really well. That big grip allows you to really get a handle on it, and the weight of it really eats up some of that recoil. So it's a really good shooting gun.
Hey, it's normally $4.99, but here on GSTV, GunStuff, it's only $3.84. Last words, Ursula, and go ahead.
I feel like I love the fact that we're like the tactical home shopping network. Like, I totally appreciate that so much. No, but this is actually pretty cool. You do have your standard iron sights on it. The actual trigger pull of both single action and double action feels pretty good. Yeah, especially in single. So this is actually cool. 2.5. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a huge, massive fireball that comes out of this when you shoot it. So
hey guys, I think we're going to leave it there. Just a reminder, Charter Arms specializes in revolvers. That's all they do. They've been doing it. They've had all kinds of groundbreaking technology through their long history, and hats off to the folks over at Charter Arms. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Let's bring along our first guest. And let's see if that works. Hey, we got it. Matt Bottelberghe, we are so glad that you're here with Action Trackchair. Matt, where are you coming in from?
Coming from Marshall, Minnesota. Thanks for having us.
In Marshall, Minnesota. And you told me that it's already thawed out there. You got some sunshine, and that doesn't mean you don't have ice. You've still are the lakes still frozen, or are they thawed by now?
Just finishing ice fishing season. We'll start back up here in
Tomorrow.
a month or two.
Hey, you know, one of the fun things about ice fishing in Minnesota is getting to go out. And when you're out there, you never know when the ice is going to break. And every year, some Yahoo gets his pickup truck and his ice cabin down in the lake. Am I right on that?
That's absolutely true. More than one a year, for sure.
Hey, I got to be there.
Natural selection.
Hey, Michelle, our producer, you know, let's get one of them on the show. Yeah, we'd love to do that. Hey, tell us a little bit about Action Trackchair.
Yeah, so Action Trackchair was created in 2009. The founder had a son that had an car accident, and he was not able to get outdoors. So they were in a very outdoorsy family, needed to get out and do something. So he owned a sports store. So Action Sports was the original company they had that had snowmobiles, all the outdoor activity stuff you need for Minnesota winters and summers, and used parts and accessories from those items to create the first Action Trackchair, which allowed both his son and son-in-law to get off-road outdoors, not just in a wheelchair on the tar or on the cement or on the sidewalk, but to get out of the house and enjoy hunting, fishing, just enjoying the outdoor with family, whatever you want to do.
You guys, this is a great product. You can tell our viewers, we don't have any audio here, tell our viewers what they're looking at.
Yeah, so we got to take this is our newest chair, the Axis. So we took 14 years of feedback from our customer base, speeded this chair up, added some independent suspension, just made it the next level of chair that people are asking for. So we got to shoot this out in the sand dunes of Utah a couple of years ago, and just launched this chair last June. It's becoming our bestseller, and it, again, goes fast. It just gets people where they want to go, whether it's on the sand for us in Minnesota, in the snow, in the mud, doesn't matter where you're at. It works everywhere.
So my first interaction with Action Trackchairs were actually at the range. So there are a lot of disabled vets that actually end up going out there shooting 3-gun matches in your chair. So I think that's like super awesome that you have this product that actually allows people to still have that high quality of life that they were accustomed to prior to whatever incident that, you know, had them pretty much had them have to get your product. So
absolutely.
And
yeah, it's cool.
It's not just for shooting sports; it's for everything.
It's for
right?
everything.
But
absolutely,
we're going to concentrate looking at it from the shooting sports angle because we got so many of us on here. Mm-hmm. Wow, I mean, you've sent us some great media here. This is kind of the lifestyle. Now, this looks like, did it get bogged down here, or maybe not? Right?
Nope, trekking through the mud. That's what they're made for. Mm-hmm. It will go through everything. It's a machine.
And I'm getting people here. They're already commenting on this, by the way. Awesome product, Justin. And Justin says his dad could use one of these. Somebody else asked, Tim Brown, right now, we're going to see a lot more pictures, but they're already asking,
there we go.
How much do they cost?
Yeah, right here. So I just pulled up on their website that I was going to ask because I just had a Rumble comment that says, I have a cousin that is raising money to get him a chair like this. So I wanted to see, like, really quick Google foo here, if y'all have like some type of financing or insurance that y'all go through, payment plans, whatever. And like, yeah, what's like the average price point? Or does it kind of like a vehicle? It depends on whatever upgrades you want and stuff like that?
Absolutely. So the base chair costs $13,775, and they range up to $20,000. So the original video you showed is our newest chair that ranges at $19,400, and then as you add accessories, it goes up. But payment options, there are opportunities to finance. So if you go to www.actiontrackchair.com, there's payment options up there and ways to get there. If you're a vet, I'd plug in the independencefund.org. The Independence Fund has done a great job of supporting and getting our vets out and back to what they're doing. They will fund chairs fully for vets to use free of charge. So great opportunity. They're always asking us to plug them to help get people out doing what they like to do.
It looks incredibly stable, and it looks like a military grade type of technology.
Hold on. It looks better than military grade. Because
Okay,
we already know
all right.
military grade. Hold up.
Okay, that's a
Scott's
point.
like,
That's a point well taken. Scott, you're muted again, so I'm not hearing you chuckling, but maybe he's chuckling silently.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm an idiot. That's my thing. That's but
so-
no, I was like, yeah, don't insult him. You
yeah,
know, it's
I
much
call
better
him
than
military. It's
grade.
way better than
That's what-
military grade. First of all, it's running. Let's start there. Like, so, all right.
Yeah.
So, what are the most common upgrades that a lot of customers end up getting?
Yeah, so every chair has a tilt function as well. So what's really neat about that is when you're out hunting, right, and you need to tilt your gun, we have a gun rest that you can hold the gun in there. And there's fishing rod holders. I mean, there's, kind of the sky's the limit. If you're in the heat of Arizona, there's an umbrella holder. You can make sure you tune her down 10 degrees. There's just a lot of things for those guys to do outdoor things. You can think of it as an accessory. We have it, or people adapt and make their own 3D printed components to add onto the chairs. Really cool stuff that they come up with.
Wow.
And it's very adjustable.
Yeah.
Look at all the adjustments that are capable. Is that very hard? You need a wrench, or is it pretty easy to make the adjustments?
Pretty easy. On the side, there's just a little arm that you pull down. It unthreads the bolt, and then you can pull in and out, and then tighten her back up, and you're off and rolling.
Oh, that's
So,
excellent.
if you have a
Yeah, one
question-
of the questions we have here is from Kenan. He says, how heavy is it to transport? So the general weight, and stuff like that. You guys, does it take any type of special equipment or anything like that, or is it much heavier than your other motorized chairs? I'm assuming just a little bit. How would they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do offer a carrier that you attach to your back of your truck or Suburban or whatever you have. And that's a carrier that you can drive up onto ramps. Otherwise, a lot of people will transfer with trailers. We're starting to get a lot of traction too with different park systems throughout the whole U.S. So trying to get people to be able to use them locally for themselves, but also if they're traveling, they can search areas that will allow you to use these chairs for free as well.
Oh, cool.
I'm just wondering if I can get one of these to use just like as my car, just get rid of my Jeep, just get one of these, and I just cruise around everywhere, and I'll just be lazy and I'll just own it and I'll be like, yeah, this is awesome. And I
can totally see you using like the vet parking like Home Depot and just walking in. I can totally see you doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. That'd be bad.
That'd be so horrible.
But my experience with it is the same as Ursula's. One of the shooting clubs that we would go to for running guns and things like that in major shooting events, they had one of these that was there specifically for hunting and shooting. When guests would come, they were given free use of this product while they were there, and that was one of the things. So as we're going through SHOT Show and NRA and we see your booth, is one of those things that we just had to come by and talk to you guys and get you on the show, because I've seen your product give joy to people on the out there hunting and on the range, and seeing a couple disabled vets with major injuries were able to go out and shoot stages and be able to do this. And since it was at the facility, they had free use of it, and that was an amazing thing. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys may have even donated that to them at one point. So that's an amazing capability that you're giving to wounded warriors and such.
Hey, we got some other models on here. We got to get rolling. So this is the Eclipse, is that right? What are we looking at?
Yeah, that's the Axis. So the color is Eclipse Blue. And again, any chair you order, it's all custom to you. You can pick any color you want. We have standards on our website, but if you found something that you wanted to match your Jeep or your truck, whatever it is, we can match that chair to whatever you have.
Oh, nice. That's all. That's
very
good.
nice.
Another question from Facebook. Actually, two questions back to back. Brooks Stewart would like to know, do they have a breath controller? And Renee Serrano would like to know, how long does the battery charge last?
Yeah, so I think when they say breath controller, I think they're alluding to sip and puff controls. So we are working on that right now to launch that. So head array and sip and puff will be in our near future to help those folks get off and enjoy. And then batteries last, if you're running it full bore, 3 to 4 hours. It averages about 7 to 10 miles of range. When you think about that, it's quite a distance, and you're off in the rough terrain, so you're using it quite well.
John wants to know if you can bring something behind. Will it pull a little trailer? Like, let's say, for example, a trailer to haul your game with.
Absolutely, it would. We've seen people even attach lawnmowers to the back and mow lawns. It's pretty cool.
All right.
Really?
Oh, so Scott, I think
Yeah.
this question's for you. Cal Wade want to know, are these legal in the Guardian run?
I'll tell you what, you show up in one, yeah, I'll let you run it. That's
Okay, so they are legal.
Yep,
in
I will. Yep,
competition.
that's your fair game. Bring it. Yep.
Hey guys, thank you so much for your time, Matt, and tell our viewers how they can learn more about Action Trackchair.
Yeah, please go to www.actiontrackchair.com. We have all of our products. Everything's visible on what you can add to it. We also have a dealer network, so if you pop in there and say find a dealer to find your local dealer, they'll come out and do a demo at your property to get you the true experience of how it is for you. You don't have to go sit in a building somewhere and not get the true activity of how it works.
You know, I've been seeing these types of vehicles, motorized scooters and so forth, but never anything like this. And this, at the price point, and think of the mobility it gives you. You get out there, you do things. This is something that everybody needs. So tell your friends about actiontrackchair.com. Hey, we're at the end of our segment, but we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Hey, our next guest, and let me see if I can bring them on here, and I think I've got the button. All right, One-Shot Systems, and we have with us Robert Gilmer, and I hope I have it spelled right here. Tell us a little bit about One-Shot Systems, Robert.
The one-shot never attaches to the firearm, therefore it doesn't require any NFA licensing tax stamp, and that it literally, if you see it, it doesn't attach. So basically what we gave you was a portable wall to stick the firearm against. So it's like carrying around a tree with you, or having a wall to basically put the firearm against, and then that steadies the shot. And law enforcement officers need to reholster. If they're going to go hands-on, they need to put their firearm back into their level 3 holster. This doesn't go bang. It doesn't attach to the firearm. It's not a firearm. It's basically, you can drop it and it's not going to, the officer doesn't have to secure it.
We got some video here, I think, that you sent us. Yeah, so I think you'll see a little bit of video here, and we have some other stills that talk a little bit actually how you deploy it. So the idea, I guess, is basic increased stability.
Just increased accuracy. That's the whole point. I came from the world of building exoskeletons and things like that. I worked on that for the military, but I've worked on it since I was a kid because my mom didn't walk. So I was always trying to figure out a way to make her walk. And I'm a big fan of the chair that you just put up. Action chair. I made a
chair. Sorry about that.
Action Trackchair. That is an amazing job that they did, and I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, so we have a non-able-bodied shooter on our pro team, Will Luckenauer. He's a silver medalist in Rio, Olympian. I will hopefully eventually we'll get an Action Trackchair. Those are awesome. But basically with exoskeletons, I reduce the degrees of freedom of the hand, right? Mm-hmm. When we pull the trigger, it moves these muscles and it moves the hand. And when you get to be Jerry Miculek, You build up. He cheats because he has a natural big palm right here.
I
So
wonder what his success.
he is
what
a
his success
complete cheater because his hand's made for a revolver,
was.
and so
Cheat,
but,
cheat.
and Jerry's a big and Jerry has a one shot. I should actually say says this is cheating. I said no, it's not cheating. There's no cheating in a gunfight, but really I made it for law enforcement. But I think everyone who has a handgun, gosh, you know, the liability of that, we really should. So I've basically given everybody a portable wall.
Robert, it looks like a great program for law enforcement, and
Yes.
you know, because I guess the bad guys, they don't really stand still. They take off, they run down the street, and they won't stay close, so you can get a shot at them. I mean,
I want to say, and I have a thought in terms of how this all gunfights happen within 7 yards. Well, you know, there are a few things that I think are driving that. Through the years, you know, gun ranges started going into, you know, normal storefronts, and they couldn't get more than 21 feet in there. You know, requirements used to be when you qualified back in the 70s and that you actually had to shoot out to 50 yards, right? Certainly for Secret Service, FBI, and all that, it was a 50-yard shot. We got shorter and shorter, and also stopped giving rounds to officers to practice with for budgets. So our statistics that we used to have from back then to now, gosh, we've got to get better at this. Some things that have come along that we didn't have back then. For instance, we had iron sights, and we didn't have fancy iron sights. We had normal iron sights. So if you were trying to shoot 25 yards, you're covering up a fair amount of the target just with the sight itself. But the red dot sights were not available. And red dot sights gave us the ability to shoot knees, to shoot elbows, to shoot the gun, everything that we thought we couldn't do, shoot the gun out of the hand. You'll see some of those with sniper rifles and that. But the one shot was just to try to increase accuracy because our shots on target in OISs are horrible. In fact, we don't publish. The FBI actually took down the data, and New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, they don't publish that to the FBI data. So there's very little data. I have now shot for the last 5 years, bless their hearts, all the way across America. You know, almost 1,000 police departments we've been at.
wow, I had no idea.
Well,
Yeah.
So being
just to say, guys, let's say there's a target there, not hitting a row of 8 plates or anything like that. Just don't look at the target, turn and shoot. Because that's what happens many times. A gun goes off, they've got to assess really quickly, what is that? Is that a law enforcement officer firing on somebody? Or is that a bad guy? And they've got to immediately take the person down. If they don't, they move, and then they've got to chase them, right? Whether it be at a school, whether it be in Houston, Texas, just last year, you know, we dumped 90 rounds in a street, a street with apartment buildings, and the guy didn't get hit once. And he shot 3 officers.
So I will say, Scott can also contest to this too, is that like being in law enforcement, there are more gun owners than there are actual shooters, if that makes sense, of the skill set. So coming in and actually like put in a whole bunch of effort, like I was actually like the first female of my agency to actually get a marksmanship pin. Why? Because I put in the work. Even though my agency didn't give us department ammo, I thought it was a punk move for people to be like, I don't practice because they don't give me ammo. I'm like, no, that doesn't matter. I was like, if that's the case, I have no problem calling you the B word, you know, at your funeral, because you decided not to take that step to go out there and become a shooter versus a gun owner. So you have the guys who are actually shooters. Those are the ones who are surviving a lot of these gunfights. These are the ones with high hit factors, you know, hits on target. So, and seeing some of these videos where like you would just have, you know, some officer just mag dump on a suspect and not even hit him once. So like, and it's because of that skill set, and also how strong that training department is. So like having this here, there was one video I did see that was here, or that was played earlier, where they actually deployed it while drawing their holster. So I was just curious about that draw time.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
what we're looking
So
at.
our draw times are we've got operators in JSOC that draw it just as fast as they draw their gun.
Okay, cool.
I also have a shooter in JSOC who's a cowboy action shooter, and he shoots everything from the hip. He doesn't aim anything. He can hit an apple at 25 yards every time.
Yes. And
So what you do with that guy? What do you do with that guy? Well, you die.
But
He's going to beat you.
So
Yeah.
another thing too, so you brought up, which was great because absolutely true, is that the evolution of the qual. So yeah, when years ago, yeah, there was a 50-yard shot, like, you know, on person. Then when I got in, it was already down to 25. And right now in the state of Arizona, they actually got rid of the 25-yard line shots. And that sucks because like I practice headshots at 25 yards. Like,
yes.
I'm like, why not? Because I may have to make that shot.
I want you to be my partner if we're out and I'm doing a high risk stop and I'm standing talking to the guy. I want you covering me. But you know, and I know that there are people that if you have covering you while you're doing a high risk felony stop.
Yeah.
Well, bottom line, you would tell them, you'll tell them. I have officers who tell them, they go, don't take your gun out of the holster. you know. And so what I want to say is we have folks who protect the president right now. And we have the head trainer he was the head firearms trainer for Quantico, not too recently. And then he went to become a sergeant major at MARSOC. And he said, I would take weeks to get somebody to even be close to this. And you're doing it in an hour.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things that we have it where it's Velcro on your person. We have it for indigenous insertions, and we hide them all over the body. For DEA, we make little tiny ones that are the size of handcuffs. But for the law enforcement officer who's basically the shepherd in the flock in an event, any event, Italian Fest in Reno, Nevada, where we are, we've got thousands of people in the arena there. So it's something that you can put on your belt. It weighs nothing. It's less than 6 ounces. You can have it on a Velcro if you guys are wearing vests, you can stick it on a Velcro. You can stick it, the Secret Service sticks it on a Velcro on the inside of their jacket. We also have a strap where you, if you have the one-shot like this, that strap, you've seen it in the video where it moves. So you can actually go from here and have it on the strap, go down and get your weapon and come back and be up.
Cool.
So
okay,
we did all those things. It was made for you, law enforcement. We are law enforcement. 90% of the guys in our company are law enforcement in the military.
Hey, well, I tell you what, we're going to have to leave it there. We're a little over our segment, but we're spent a little bit of time trying to bring Scott, and there he is, Mr. Question Mark himself, and we're going to try and bring him back on during the commercial. So, but before we go, Robert, why don't you tell our viewers, now we also have podcast listeners, they need to know where they can learn more about OneShotSystems.com. Go ahead.
Yes, OneShotSystems.com. Also, you can get it with our old address, the USA1shot.com. We changed to OneShotSystems.com because everybody was saying USA iShot. It's like, no, one shot.
All right.
So we made it OneShotSystems.com. It's available there. There's also going to be a discount code. And also a few free giveaways we'll do that randomly for the people who use the discount code. If you put in Gun TV 23.
Gun TV.
TV 23.
All right. That sounds great. And it's for the podcast listeners, that's ONE-ShotSystems.com. Hey, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break, and we'll see if we can bring back our erstwhile friend from the hills of Kentucky. And I tell you, it's no laughing matter when these things go down. We'll bring him back, hopefully, too, after the break.
Protecting those who serve to protect us is the mission of Ventus Respiratory Technologies, who are dedicated to the development of respiratory systems designed to shield those in the most hazardous environments.
The rate of respiratory illness in military personnel versus the general population is roughly double.
Our challenge was to build something small, lightweight, compact, We saw that there was a protection gap where the respiratory tract was not being protected day to day. So our goal and our mission is to protect that.
Hey, thanks for watching. As always, head on over to GunStuff.tv. Now, you can watch all previous episodes, and it's all right there. One question, Ursula, I forgot to ask, and there's Scott, but we don't know if he's going to come back. I forgot to ask him, is this like the pistol brace? Because the pistol brace, you put on a gun and makes it shoot faster, gives it a bigger bullet capability, makes an automatic weapon, according to Joe Biden.
Or Biden, I don't know.
Yeah. So, and let's bring on our next guest, and let's see if it's coming all the way from Austria. And there you are, Mike. Now, I want you to explain something to me. No, there goes Scott again. How come we can get you in from Austria and Scott? Scott, he's probably being filtered. Why is that? Tell our viewers, I'll tell you what, we won't make you comment on that, but tell us about German precision optics. We're going to give you the floor. Sorry about all the snafus here.
A little bit about German precision optics. We are building top shelf. Our focus is to build top shelf premium European optics at kind of a mid-tier price level.
I heard something in my ear here. It caught my attention. Zeiss, you've had some experience. Zeiss, you know what? People know that German optics are the best. I know the Japanese are doing a great job, and they've really been coming up. But traditionally, with names like Zeiss and Leica, people understand that it's, I don't know, is it the culture there, Mike, that the engineering culture that just makes your product so superior? What is it?
It absolutely is the engineering culture. I mean, the Germans, they're friends of mine. So when they're listening to this, I hope they don't take it wrong. But they are technical, optical geeks, and they have to have everything perfect before it passes quality inspection. They send me things and say, hey, this doesn't pass quality standards. What do you think? And I can't find it. Yeah, that's really one of our advantages. Our return rate when something gets out in the field, it isn't working correct. Our return rate is 1/3 of 1%. So nothing comes back. Everything is built perfectly, and this is why we can offer such an incredible warranty, because we can support it. Nothing comes back.
What are we looking at here?
That one there, that's a 10 by 50 range finding binocular. It's a 3,000 yard range finding binocular. It's giving you 3 readings a second. So the readings are instantaneous. It gives you temperature, barometric pressure, angle compensation, brightness modes, brush modes. I mean,
that's kind of important to know, especially if you're doing any type of long range shooting, any hunting. But my question would be, with the rangefinder, what's the range of reflective and non-reflective? Because you said 3,000 yards on the other one, on the 10 by 50.
Correct, the 10 by 50, and we've got a compact range finding binocular also, 10 by 32s. It's the smallest range finding binocular in the market right now, 10 by 32 and 8 by 32s. They also work to the same distance. We rate them at 3,000 yards on hard reflective targets. We get feedback from the market that we're getting hits at 3,700 yards, 4,200 yards on reflective targets. Non-reflective targets, it's working every day. Everything you look at, even non-reflective targets, 1,700 yards is not a problem.
So for y'all who are sitting at home doing math right now, so 3,000 yards is just shy of 2 miles.
Now, here's a question for you. Let me ask you this. So, guns come and go, but your optics, they can live a lot longer. What's the average life of one of these optics?
The life expectancy of an optic, I mean, we're building our stuff to those European standards, and there's optics in the field that are 50, 75 years old. You know, that they will far outlast the user that buys them.
Mike, tell our viewers what we are looking at right here. What is that?
This is a 12.5 by 50, just a standard binocular for long range glassing. We put the best HD lenses, high transmission lenses, and the best quality on this. Guys who are using high magnification binoculars on tripods for long range observation want an optic that will give them every detail that they're looking at. So this is our objective. Our HD class is as good as the best that are out there. Again, we're building optics as good as the best that are out there at a mid-tier, not breaking price elasticity price level, but optics are expensive a little bit. But this is the kind of environment where, again, when you're looking 1,000 or 1,500 yards and you're looking for a deer to take a step in the Western market, if you don't have an optic that's perfectly sharp, then you're not going to find what you're looking for. So also another picture of one of our premium HD binoculars you see on the screen here right now. We're using magnesium bodies to increase the strength and decrease the weight. Everybody's left eye and right eye is a little bit different, so you can adjust the diopter on this to balance your left eye and right eye with a locking diopter in the center of it. If there's a technical feature available in the optics market, we're making sure that we cram it into our premium optics.
And what do we have here?
We make handheld rangefinders as well as binocular rangefinders, extremely small and compact. That'll fit in the top of your shirt pocket. This one you see here is an 1,800 yard rangefinder. It gives you angle compensation. It gives you temperature modes. It gives you brush modes. But premium glass, premium optics in a little tiny package. So if you're in a tree stand and it's dark or it's raining or you got brush over cover, you still need the glass to function. You still need to be able to find your animal through the handheld little rangefinder, because you want to know the distance, especially the archery guys. They need to know that it's 47 yards, not 52 yards, and this little handheld rangefinder will do that.
Hey, so Scott, you haven't get to comment very much today. Mum's the word for Scott. For guys that are hunters, how successful are you out there hunting without a rangefinder? What's going on? Do you have to just use your thumbs or what?
I'll tell you what. Just when you're hunting, when you're hunting, you're hunting high power rifle. That's one, but archery gets into a whole nother game. And just a couple yards, you get different drops depending on the speed of your bow and the weight you have it set at. So it's really important. But one of the things that I wanted to add as well is we got a chance to, what stopped us. We go to these places, we go to these shows, and what we're always looking for the best and newest products for our viewers. And what caught my eye when I talked to Mike was your laser rangefinder inside a binocular. Picked it up, looked at it, and I had the opportunity of seeing all the optics, all the companies, all of them. They were all there, looking through them, and theirs was just as clear, edge to edge, as the highest dollar optics. But then when I got to talking with him, it's coming in, they're bringing it in at probably half the price of the comparable. And what was the really cool thing. I was like, well, we got to get you guys on to come and talk about this. But like the one that's on right now, can you tell us a little bit about this one? Because I got a chance to look through this, and the one that we're looking at right now is phenomenal.
Yeah, this is our entry into the spotting scope market, and we decided to build a spotting scope specifically for the tactical shooting category. This spotting scope has a reticle and a magnifying first focal plane for your, tactical guys. I'm sure they understand what that means, but it's got a reticle it's got a miliradiant reticle in the first focal plane, which you don't find in spotting scopes. We put Picatinny rails all over it so people People can put a a reflex sight or a red dot sight for quick target acquisition at long distances. You got people mounting thermal devices on the side of their spotting scopes. So this is a 15 to 45 power magnification spotting scope with a milliradiant reticle in the first focal plane. It's a very specialized product, but the whole tactical, because there's so many military people moving into the consumer market, we're seeing a shift in the hunting market with a lot more milliradiant and mill turrets moving into the field.
Finally.
The market understands mills in the field now, so we're starting to build field product with mill radiant and mill adjustment features in them.
That is genius, especially since with this particular one, I'm looking at it right now because every time anybody comes on the show, I'm pretty much low key shopping. So the reticle that you have in that actually matches your the GPO TAC 4.5 to 27, which is the 34 mil scope. And it's a lot easier, especially since you're having more teams, so you have that communication. It's a lot easier for me to be like, all right, cool, all right, you're off for a second shot follow-up, you're off 2 mils right, and I can also see that too and relay that. So I appreciate y'all doing
100% correct.
So, Mike, before we go, there are a lot of podcast viewers. Now, people that are watching, they can see it, but your URL, the website where they can go and actually purchase these products and learn more is Mike.
Correct. The website is gpo-usa.com. That's a -usa.com. They are available online. They are available nationwide through all the big retailers, the big online retailers and the big in-store retailers are all carrying GPO now. Also, just for the viewers here, we are going to offer a 20% discount for online purchases for the month of July. With a discount code will be GunStuff TV. So as of July 1 through the end of July, if anybody knows the discount code online, GunStuff TV, we'll get them a 20% discount online.
Is that GunStuff TV all one word?
All one word.
All one word. Okay. Hey, well, thank you so much.
That's super generous.
For being on the show. We're going to have you back again.
Thank you.
I love the fact that you hung around. And if nothing's a testament that things work better over there in Germany and Austria, this show is a perfect example because you could keep the internet and we can't keep it rolling in Kentucky. Scott, we're missing in action for a little bit, but hey, we're glad to have you back.
Yeah, the show was kind of quiet when you're not on it for a minute. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Well, I went and took a nap. I got tired, and so I just went and took a nap. I came back. I feel much better now. Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Ursula. Thanks for making it possible. Thanks to all of our viewers. Now, remember, until next time, get your stuff from GunStuff.
There's a kind of strength you can't buy or borrow. It's born in the fire, tempered by sacrifice, and carried by those who never stopped serving. Some heroes wear uniforms. Others wear scars. They're veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. Men and women who gave everything and still keep giving. At the Warrior Shield Foundation, we stand beside them, shoulder to shoulder, providing the support, the care, and the community they deserve. We're a proud non-profit, a 501c3, built to protect those who protect us. We don't just serve our own. We help other non-profits reach their missions too, because together, we make the shield stronger. Donate and help our cause. Help their cause. Because every act of kindness builds hope where the battle still rages inside. Join the mission. Donate today. Visit warriorshield.org. Because heroes deserve a foundation as strong as their sacrifice.